Welcome to the Casino Guitars Hour of Joy and Peacefulness. Baritone style.
Oh,
Oh, what? Oh, shucks.
what?
Good morning.
Can't say that
Happy,
first
happy
thing.
day. Happy evening. Click subscribe
And like.
if you don't want to miss these thrilling and exciting moments.
No, that's the bell.
And click that thing
the
too.
bell.
But on to the news. Baritone guitars are everywhere. They're flying at your face faster than hot pizza or a hot pocket on your tongue, burning the
Ooh.
flesh off of you.
Those are tricky.
They're everywhere. And we got 3 exciting baritones to sling at your face as well that we find to be a lot of fun.
I find them all to be a lot of fun.
There's one I like particularly more, but it comes with a price tag. But
Like everything in life.
I know, it's like it's when I was getting married, it got expensive too.
Yeah.
I had to import mine from Kentucky. It's fancy. She
Land
speaks
of the
French,
barefoot
too.
brides.
Barefoot brides, the land of fast women and beautiful horses, as they call it. And I had clean pickings out there. Anyway, baritone guitars. They sort of started back in the 50s. In 54, Dan Electro sort of kind of came into the scene, and they had their sort of low-cost instruments. Then I think it was like 58 was when the first baritone, I'm at 56. Oh gosh, 58. One of those. It's a round number. The first,
late-ish 50s.
I know. I have a lot of dates in my head. I love history, and then it sometimes gets jumbled. I'm more like in the 40s is what I really love. But so they came in the scene. Dwayne Eddy was a huge player of this, and you can hear in a lot of his great hits in that rockabilly circuit scene. He would use that for doubling stuff. It's a bow, 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 and you hear like the great lines that he wrote. It was like it became sort of a staple. The bass 6 came out a little bit later. But the baritone guitar always sat in recordings and lived in that underworld.
So yeah, well, I think I remember reading that they would use it because the speakers being what they were back in the day, you wouldn't hear the bass like very well. So they would double it with a baritone, and it would kind of make everything stand out more. And then it was a little bit later that like sort of the baritone became like a lead instrument, like you use it for actual.
Yeah, I mean, it's changed a lot through history, and that is like a lot, because we got to go back to the history of like the electric bass was a Telecaster with the tone circuit plop. That's what it used to be. We didn't change that until way later than people think. But the baritone sort of lived in this subcategory of just being a sort of utilitarian tool type of instrument. Right. Dwayne Eddy sort of shaped his melodic ideas with it, and he was like the first rock star. And then it kind of got lost in history, I think, until the 80s, where metal embraced it for the chugs, because there's nothing better than chug, 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 chug. And if you drop that, let's say you're tuning it from B to B, and you drop that B down a whole step, and you're sort of doing like drop D tuning, just barring across, it became a thing.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool, right?
Yeah.
And then you heard it go the way all through the 90s, on to the 2000s as well, into even the screamo bands were sort of like taking that early sort of 2006 to 2010 period. It was becoming like used again in that grouping, and then now we've found that it's being used by lots of really great progressive players, and it sort of lived in that sort of that I would say periphery, even though that's not what I mean, like, but that sort of metal, sort of like new metal world, like the progressive metal, and it was used by a lot of their sort of frontmen. Until now, it's being used by a lot of frontmen you would not suspect.
That's cool. See, like that's totally outside my experience of it. Like I think
you were
of
enjoying,
it,
right? You're
right.
Like,
I was
this
like,
is a new
wow,
world to me.
This is. But I mean, I think of it like if you listen to like '90s country, like it's everywhere.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All those little riffs. Yeah, and you're like, those notes. I can't. Where are they? Oh no, it's a baritone.
Do you like Dwight Yoakam? So
Right.
do all of us.
Suds in the bucket. Go listen to it.
Guitar number 1.
Beautiful.
This is the Squire by Fender Squire Paranormal Baritone Cabronita.
Cabronita.
Telecaster.
Why is that so hard to say?
Because we all say Carbonita, right?
We do.
Cabronita. This has the Fender design, sort of soap bar pickups, sort of ripping on the Seymour Duncan style. It's a 3 pickup selector. It's your standard setup, tuned from B to B right now. It's got the standard scale on it for us, which we call the standard baritone scale is 27 inches. All the chrome hardware, 3-tone sunburst. It's a good guitar. This thing is priced at $449.
If you want to get into playing a baritone, I mean, and you just want to like, you know,
get it,
dabble. That's the do it.
It's like this is the thing. Like if you just want to, like, I just want to try. It's like buying. Yeah. You're buying a PlayStation real quick just to try.
Or maybe you're not going to be like your main instrument, but you're going to like use it a little in the studio or kind of fool around. You want to dip your toes in that world. Yeah.
It feels like the neck actually feels great on this guitar.
It does.
I was surprised when we got this. I was excited to get my hands on it, and it sounds, it's interactive.
Yes.
It has a little squishiness to it. It's on, but the neck was way better than I thought, and the fretwork wasn't bad either.
No. So
for $450, this video is coming out in the year of 2022, and it's in the springtime almost. So if you're watching this in 2023, it's probably $850. But right now, this guitar is $449.99. But it's got the vintage style tuners. It's got everything you kind of want on it. It looks good. It plays the part. It's a poly finish. Fine, $450. You're in business.
Looks fantastic.
Right? What do you think? Hold that.
I like it.
Sucker. Grabbing guitar number 2.
Numero dos.
Wow, what I got here, Jonathan? What is this thing?
The good old Gretsch baritone. Tell us the G5260 electromatic jet baritone with the V stop tail.
$649.
A little bit more, but
$200 more. It's got your longer scale length here, quite a bit. So you could tune this down.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we tuned it up
to B, but I think it would be happy in A to A.
Yeah, I think this one lives in A to A really well. We just did that just for the sake of comping.
So that also, yeah.
When we do play, whole different setup. It's got the plastic on it, which makes it sound better. I call those the pickup condoms. But it's
safety first, guys.
But electronics are exact same as this machine right here. Volume, tone, 3-way selector. You're in business. Got the V stop tail again. We're not doing a Bigsby on the baritone, which is super fun. I do love a mastery bridge on it. But no, this is nice. It's a nice build here.
It's very classy looking.
It is classy looking. The neck has a good look to it. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's got like a nice wood finish. This is, you can see the wood on this guitar slightly. It's nice, beautiful little, I don't know, what is this? It's just a dark cherry almost. I like it. It's not dark.
Both these guitars feel good, you know, like for what you think of as like sort of more or less expensive guitars. They feel really good.
Yeah, so we got like $450, $650. Can they get more expensive?
Probably. Just a hair.
Okay. So we're holding the, God, what could we call this thing? It's like the Bugatti of the baritones, or...
Yeah, let's go with that.
Or, I mean, maybe like but it seems old. So maybe this is like a classic...
Like a Baxter.
Yeah, like a classic, like...
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know. So this is Carlos Lopez, a Castadosa line.
Oh.
This is the conchers. It weighs nothing for how big it is. It's very light.
It is very light. It's lighter than
a super light body. It's got 3 custom designed mini humbuckers. It's got the 5-way selector, just much more like a Stratocaster, volume and tone, mastery bridge. It's got a 1056 sort of V-neck, mocha stained.
Yeah.
This guitar is more expensive. This is not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. It's up. It's more. It's a $7,000 instrument, and it's a beast.
It is a beast.
It is. It's like, now, don't get me wrong. Do you have to get this if you get into the baritone world?
No.
No. Should you get it if you can get it? 100%.
Probably so.
I'm trying to figure out how I can get one. I want this color, or I want pink. I just don't know.
That color is, I mean...
This color is really gnarly, and it's kind of growing on me.
Pink is awesome, but man, that's cool. It just looks awesome. And with those knobs and with the mocha stain, God, that's hard to beat. I think that's sort of like the thing with his guitars, right? Is they're going to have this mocha stain, the dark necks.
Yeah, and it's not a pitch to sell these by any stretch, because they're hard to get. The output on this is, you can build a few a month.
Way less.
So it's not like, gotta get it. You gotta, if you order it now, you'll see it eventually. But it's got a wider nut slightly. It's the pickups have a sort of special sauce in it where it doesn't get lost and muddy.
It's true.
That's just something that I noticed when playing it. It's an easier playing experience. Not to say these two are not. I thoroughly enjoyed those as well. But the baritone can be used, any of these, to launch your sonic library and your playing into a whole different direction. Yeah. I think if you can, this thing's a monster.
That's like art. I mean, that is like a piece of craftsmanship, like super art that happens to make.
I still can't believe how light it is. Here,
music. I know. I know.
It's
God.
It looks so heavy.
And you grab it and you're like,
this might be heavier.
And you get the cool little trim on this one.
That is a cool trim. The trim bar when you put it in, it's like a 30-foot trim, it feels like.
It's way up here. You have to grab it.
No, but I really like this. For $450 though, this ain't a bad thing. And I think as a guitar player, I play a lot of guitar. I play bass, I play mandolin, I play anything with strings on it. I try banjo, but I'm terrible at it, so banjo players, you win. The baritone opened up a whole new area of play to me that I enjoyed. So I hope you take the chance to, if you're not going to try out one of these girls, try out one of these bad boys with that Gretsch over there and give it a spin. It's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's fun. I hope you enjoyed the playing samples of them. And thanks for joining us today. Jonathan, thanks for hanging out.
Thank you for letting me
share your country wisdom tidbits.
Hey, that's why I'm here. Actually, I don't know why I'm here. I can't believe you haven't factored in.